Even the world's toughest critic finds himself on the ropes every now and again. And whenever that happens, I make the hot tag to the dummy. Go to www.dubby.gg today, enter promo code Lucha Review for your 10% discount on the best energy drink on the planet today. Luchadors, it is that crazy, awkward time between Halloween and Christmas, and we don't know whether to fight or fuck. And if that be the case, you are in the right place, because in tonight's main event, I'm going to go one-on-one with a Nymphoid Barbarian and Dinosaur Hell. Give me that hot tag, and let's burn this bitch down.
Nymphoid Barbarian and Dinosaur Hell. The title alone was enough for me to buy a copy without knowing shit about the story, but knowing that this was a Troma release got me all the more excited for it. The opening credits set the tone with haunting visuals and music, and soon we see that the planet Earth has been given a violent reboot. Without any explanation or culprit, a nuclear holocaust terminates nearly all life, and the planet Earth now resembles a giant space watermelon, while domesticated animals have all been mutated into fearsome dinosaurs and other beasts. One survivor awakes from a 20-year slumber and is overwhelmed by how the world has changed. The dog, however, seems to have reverted back to his natural form within the first 5 minutes of the movie, so maybe this new world has some hope so as long as she can exercise some patience. Her 20 years of sleep resulted in hunger for more than just food. The nameless character now has powerful urges she didn't know before the nuclear blast. These urges have their limits, it seems, because she's uninterested in rolling around in the hay with these guys. Based on what I've seen, the only powerful urge she really has is the urge to be the annoying swim buddy, because she seems to get more excited over the ocean than she does over men who can satisfy her other urges. By the way, I am not entirely sure this is not Michael from the Lost Boys, but even if not, he's willing to play the long game to get into this woman's loincloth. So willing that he'll do battle with stop-motion dinosaurs from the land of the lost, and even use the grumpy fly swatter trick to defeat them. Now, if you're gonna have a bargain basement land of the lost, it wouldn't be complete without bargain basement Sleestack, and shit gets real when they see our annoying pool friend and decide she'd make a fine meal. Michael fails to hold them off, and he's rescued by an old man who entertains himself by reciting lines from Alice in Wonderland. He discourages Michael from embarking on a rescue mission, mostly because she'll have already been passed around a few times when he finally arrives. Meanwhile, and little do they know, the Nymphoid has already been rescued by a masked man who makes a mean bowl of stew, and he's discovered a myriad of artifacts from the old world, none of which will help her to safety in any way. The fight for survival leads into dungeons and castles, and fuck me for trying to figure out how they were built when 99% of humankind is supposed to have been wiped out. I also try to figure out why the footage during the nuclear holocaust was better quality than the rest of the movie, and why I haven't seen any slime or slutty girls, all of which are common with Tromaville releases. I soon realized that this truly is not a Troma movie at all. Instead, we have an 80s barbarian movie that Lloyd Kaufman wanted in his library, and slapping on a campy title and some Troma stock footage was the best way for him to blend it in with the rest of his cult classics. So, if you're looking for textbook Troma, skip this one. However, if you're a nut for 80s barbarian movies like me, this movie would make a fine mid-card attraction in your collection. Subscription is free. And be sure to share this video and treat yourself to some Lucha Review swag at my Redbubble store. Shirts, buttons, stickers, and other fun items are waiting for you in the link below. Thanks for the hot tag, and I'll see you next time.